Hi everyone. I've done a video on this set before, but now that Lego has released the official page with images of the Avengers Quinjet, then I feel like the need to take a closer look and see whether this is as good a value proposition as I thought it was in the last video. So this is set number 76248 with 795 pieces. It's going to be retailing for $89.99 in the UK and $100 in the US. So yeah, I mean, I don't think I'm really going to be disappointed, but of course, as always, we want to take a good look before making any purchase decisions, which I think we might as well make it now because you know, we do need to save up, and this is not like a very cheap set, right? So yeah, let's take a spin, right? I really do hope those landing gears could retract. Yeah, this is the first comment that I have really. Yeah, very bulky loading ramp. So that is a good start. That is a good indicator of the amount of space that it's going to have. So yeah. So again, I like how open the cockpit is going to be, how accessible really the cockpit. I think it'll be very good for play. I think one of the things about the Benatar set, which I absolutely love, by the way, is that the accessibility is still a little bit not ideal. So I mean, it's just a small complaint, but I hope the Quinjet would be better. Obviously, it's still a little bit difficult to tell from these images per se whether it is indeed as open as it might have suggested. But yeah, not a fan of stickers again, but for these kind of sort of play set / display set thing, I think it's reasonable. Nowadays, we're seeing stickers in UCSS as well. It's really hard to avoid, especially if we want to have those extra details. Still, I think the Avenger logo is so iconic. It appears in numerous sets. I do want to see more prints, so that's that. From the underside, things are not as promising as from the top, but I can see the value here. This is cool. This is a cool feature. Yeah, I mean, the underside is a little bit more simplistic compared to maybe, let's say, the Benatar. Again, I have to use Benatar as comparison, not least because there's a stand as well. The stand is more simplistic, by the way. I don't think there is an option to rotate. I could be wrong, but from what we can see, I'm probably 95% sure. Yeah, so these are just better looking images. So yeah, it looks fine. Obviously, no smoke is going to come out of the actual model. So apparently you can switch between tiles or stickers, hopefully not stickers. That'll be a shame. But yeah, hopefully they come in separate tiles so that we can, replate tiles instead of stickers. Okay, finally, a good image of the loading ramp and also the interior inside. So I would expect this thing to hold at least 6 passengers seating. 6 passengers sitting on, behind the cockpit, which of course can hold maybe 2 or 3 extra minifigures. So that's pretty good. So at least we'll be able to hold all the good guys. Maybe some of them could be standing as well. That would be deluxe as well. But I do have to emphasize that this is the least we should expect from such a large and expensive set. Honestly, like, this should be the new standard, new normal, right? We have the new normal for prices. We should have the new normal for standard of play sets, as well as display sets, or whatever you call this. This is more of a hybrid. So I would expect it to do reasonably well in both aspects. And the minifigure selection, I'm not the biggest fan of that. Nonetheless, we're getting a new Iron Man figure. I don't think there's any change with the Black Widow figure, maybe other than the torso. I think the face print is the same. I don't know if the arm printing was there before. If it wasn't, it would be a welcoming addition anyway. Captain America, good as always. Would prefer a little bit of leg printing if possible. As always, with Marvel minifigures, I would like to see some sort of leg printing. In this regard, I think, the Loki minifigure is doing a good job. I would love to get another Loki, even though I've already got 100 of them. No, I'm just kidding. Good face print. I think this is the one that came with the CMF series, maybe. Well, that's good. And we also have Thor again, where it's leg printing, but looks decent, I think. So this is I think it's a minifigure lineup that is, I'd say 80% comparable, 80-something% comparable to the Benetton lineup, simply because the Benetton has an extra minifigure, and of course it's also more expensive at retail price. So I think this is a good set after all. I don't think my impression has been diminished too much, especially with so much interior space inside this Quinjet, which is essentially a transportation vehicle for the Avengers. So it's something that, again, I'm not going to praise the Lego excessively about having interior space in such a large vehicle model. It is something that we should reasonably expect. It's something that we should not give Lego extra credit for. So no, I love it. I love the fact that we have really good interior space for this vehicle. Yeah, now that I've seen it, maybe it is retractable, right? The landing gear and stuff. In which case, again, love it, absolutely. That is an amazing feature, but it's probably the least we can expect from Lego. Now that prices have increased, obviously the quality needs to go up as well. If not the size, obviously the size of those vehicles and such have been going down. I have no problem with that. Absolutely no problem with that. If anything, space is the most precious commodity for a lot of Lego collectors anyway. However, I do think the quality of the sets needs to be better, and I think the Avengers Quinjet is a good example of how good Lego can be, right? With £90 set is not, it's definitely not a terrible price. Maybe a little bit more terrible considering the number of pieces involved, but a lot of those pieces are large pieces. You have those windscreen, you have these large circular shaped things. These cost a lot more than the regular bricks. You have the display stand and all that stuff, which takes away some pieces from the actual model, which is why it's so surprising that with so few pieces, Lego can achieve so much in terms of interior space, in terms of the overall look of the model. I think this should be celebrated. This is definitely something that should be encouraged, but at the same time not praised excessively, because let's be real here. Lego is premium product. They should be improving every single year. We shouldn't be praising them because they make improvements. It's something that it should do. Of course, we can celebrate that. We should be happy with that. We shouldn't be negative about that at all. But at the same time, love it. Lego, keep it up. I adore this set. I will be thinking about buying this set sooner rather than later. However, there are examples of worse products as well, and Lego needs to improve on those things. But anyways, this is a good set, looking like shaping. So 2023 shaping to be a rather good year for Marvel fans. Yeah. I mean, I'm definitely thinking about getting this. Space will be an ongoing issue. Might have to sell some stuff before I can get this one, but nonetheless, good set. If you have the money, if you have the resources, the space to display this thing, go for it. I don't think you're going to be disappointed. Would love to see some reviews on this one. Maybe I'll do a review once I get my hands on this one. But anyways, That's all I have to say about this set. I've said way too much about it already across 2 videos, but it's just because I'm really excited about this set. It's the Avengers Quinjet. Who wouldn't want that? But now Lego has done a better version of it compared to its 2012 counterpart. Yeah. So nice, good stuff. Very happy with it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll talk to you again very soon.